The origin of the Bantu people. Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Imagine a migration so profound it reshaped an entire continent. The story of the Bantu people begins 4,000 years ago in West Central Africa. Their journey, driven by innovation and survival, led to the spread of language, technology, and culture that still connects millions across Africa today. The Bantu people were pioneers of agriculture and ironworking. With these skills, they thrived, producing surplus food and stronger tools. This expertise fueled their expansive migration southward and eastward, leaving a lasting impression on the land, its people, and its cultural landscape. Over centuries, the Bantu expansion unfolded, spreading their languages and innovations across sub-Saharan Africa. Their journey wasn't just about survival, it was about transformation. Archaeological finds and linguistic studies reveal how they united diverse regions under shared traditions and practices that shaped African identity. The dawn of a great migration. Over 4,000 years ago, a great migration began. A people known as the Bantu set forth on a journey that would shape the history of Africa. But who were they? And why did they move? The birthplace, West Central Africa. The Bantu people originated from the lush forests and river valleys of West Central Africa, in what is now Cameroon and Nigeria. They were master farmers, skilled ironworkers, and expert navigators of their environment. The Great Migration begins. Around 2000 BCE, a powerful force drove them to move: climate change, population growth, and the search for new land. Their migration would span thousands of miles and shape countless societies. Meeting new peoples and cultures. Wherever the Bantu traveled, they shared their knowledge, introducing iron tools, advanced farming, and new languages. They did not just migrate, they transformed the lands and peoples they encountered. The expansion across Africa. Over centuries, the Bantu spread across Africa, from the Great Lakes to the Kalahari Desert. They established great kingdoms like the Kongo, Zimbabwe, and Zulu nations, leaving a lasting legacy. A legacy that lives on. Today, over 400 million people speak Bantu languages, from Swahili to Zulu. Their journey is not just history, it is the foundation of modern Africa. The dawn of a great migration. Over 5,000 years ago, in the heart of West Africa, a remarkable journey began. The Bantu people, skilled in agriculture and ironworking, set out on an epic migration that would shape the history of an entire continent. The Great Migration begins. Driven by the search for fertile lands and new opportunities, the Bantu-speaking people moved southward and eastward. They encountered vast landscapes, from thick rainforests to rolling savannas, adapting to each new environment along the way. The spread of language and culture. As they spread across Africa, the Bantu people carried with them their language, which evolved into hundreds of dialects. Today, Bantu languages are spoken by over 300 million people, forming one of the largest linguistic families in the world. Innovations in agriculture and ironworking. The Bantu were pioneers in agriculture and metalworking. Their mastery of iron tools gave them an edge in farming and hunting, helping them establish prosperous communities wherever they settled. Cultural exchange and kingdoms rise. Through trade and cultural exchange, the Bantu influenced and were influenced by the diverse peoples they met. Their legacy can be seen in the powerful kingdoms they built, which thrived on trade, art, and governance. The Bantu legacy today. From ancient migrations to modern times, the spirit of the Bantu people endures. Their journey not only shaped Africa's past but continues to inspire its future. The story of the Bantu is the story of Africa itself, one of resilience, innovation, and unity. It is a legacy that lives on in the languages. The story of the Bantu is the story of Africa itself, one of resilience, innovation, and unity. It is a legacy that lives on in the languages, traditions, and people of this great continent. Imagine a journey so epic, it spans thousands of miles, over centuries, shaping the entire African continent. From the heart of Central Africa, a group of people set off with nothing but their wits, iron tools, and a burning desire to conquer new lands. They didn't just move, they transformed the world they touched. Ironworking, farming, even language. Everything changed. Who were these people? And how did their legacy shape the Africa we know today? Stick with us as we uncover the incredible story of the Bantu people, an unstoppable force of history, culture, and innovation. Hey, welcome to the journey! If you've ever wondered how a single migration sparked the rise of kingdoms, cultures, and languages across Africa, then you're in the right place. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into the mystery of the Bantu people. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. The Bantu migration, the untold story starts now. The dawn of a great migration. Over 4 millennia ago, a people began a journey that would shape the entire African continent. They were the Bantu, masters of the land, skilled in ironworking and agriculture. But what caused them to leave their ancestral home? The birthplace. West Central Africa. The Bantu people originated in the dense forests and river valleys of what is now Cameroon and Nigeria. They were not just survivors but innovators, cultivating crops, herding livestock, and forging iron tools that gave them an advantage over other communities. The forces that drove the migration. But the land could not sustain their growing numbers forever. Climate changes made some areas drier, and the search for new fertile lands became necessary. Equipped with their iron tools and agricultural skills, the Bantu set forth on a journey that would last over 1,000 years. The journey begins. Some traveled by land, cutting paths through thick jungles. Others followed great rivers in canoes, seeking new lands rich with promise. With each step, they brought their traditions, language, and knowledge to new territories. Encounters with new peoples. As they moved, the Bantu encountered different peoples, hunter-gatherers, nomads, and warriors. Sometimes they clashed, but often, they shared knowledge. The Bantu introduced ironworking and farming while learning new survival techniques from the indigenous groups. Reaching the Great Lakes and southern Africa. By the 1st millennium AD, the Bantu had reached the Great Lakes of East Africa, where they built some of the earliest African kingdoms. They cultivated new crops like bananas, brought by trade from Southeast Asia, and established powerful societies. The rise of great Bantu kingdoms. The Bantu legacy grew into mighty empires. Great Zimbabwe, known for its towering stone walls, the Kongo Kingdom, thriving on trade, and the Zulu warriors, who would later make their mark in history. These were not just small tribes, they were nation builders. The legacy of the Bantu people. Today, the Bantu people and their descendants make up nearly 400 million people across Africa. Their languages, cultures, and traditions remain strong, connecting past and present in a legacy that continues to shape the continent. The journey of the Bantu is a story of resilience, innovation, and cultural unity. Their footsteps have shaped Africa's past and will continue to guide its future. The Bantu people live on, not just in history books, but in the languages, traditions, and spirit of Africa itself. Specific historical events: the Bantu expansion, circa 1000 BCE, 500 CE. The Bantu migration is one of the most significant historical events in Africa. Starting around 1000 BCE, Bantu-speaking groups began migrating out of the region near present-day Cameroon and Nigeria, gradually spreading across sub-Saharan. The Bantu migration is one of the most significant historical events in Africa. Starting around 1000 BCE, Bantu-speaking groups began migrating out of the region near present-day Cameroon and Nigeria, gradually spreading across sub-Saharan Africa, reaching southern Africa by around 500 CE. This migration was not just a journey, it's the foundation of modern Africa's linguistic, agricultural, and cultural landscape. Thousands of years ago, they moved in search of fertile land and new opportunities, and in doing so, they helped create the backbone of many African civilizations. Introduction of ironworking. The Bantu were among the first to master ironworking, a critical advancement in technology. They used iron to create tools, weapons, and agricultural implements, giving them an edge over other groups. This technology transformed the regions they settled in, making agriculture more productive and allowing them to defend and expand their territories. The spread of ironworking would influence the development of many African kingdoms and empires. The rise of powerful kingdoms, e.g., Kingdom of Congo, Great Zimbabwe, Zulu Kingdom. The Bantu expansion played a crucial role in the rise of influential African kingdoms. The Kingdom of Congo, the powerful Great Zimbabwe civilization, and the Zulu Kingdom were all shaped by the Bantu people's migration and innovations. These kingdoms were built on Bantu agricultural knowledge, social structures, and ironworking technology. They would later become powerful political and military forces in Africa, often influencing global trade, politics, and cultural exchange. The interaction with other groups. As the Bantu expanded, they came into contact with numerous indigenous groups, including hunter-gatherer societies like the San, Bushmen, and Pygmies. These encounters led to the exchange of knowledge and sometimes conflict. The interactions between the Bantu and other groups were complex, involving trade, cultural exchange, and sometimes warfare. These relationships played a crucial role in the spread of Bantu language, culture, and technologies across the continent. The development of Bantu languages. The Bantu people spoke a variety of languages, now known as the Bantu languages, which belong to the larger Niger-Congo language family. This linguistic spread is one of the most enduring aspects of the Bantu legacy. Today, Bantu languages are spoken by over 400 million people across Africa, including Swahili, Zulu, Xhosa, and Shona. Their language spread across vast distances, creating linguistic unity across a continent that still holds strong today. Cultural aspects, social structure and kinship. The Bantu social structure was traditionally built around extended families and clans. Kinship ties were paramount, and these social units formed the foundation of Bantu communities. Elders held great authority, and decisions were often made collectively. The Bantu sense of communal living and the importance of family ties helped create strong, cohesive societies, allowing them to thrive as they moved across diverse landscapes and encountered new challenges. Agricultural practices. The Bantu were skilled farmers, cultivating crops like millet, yams, sorghum, and later, bananas. They introduced the practice of slash-and-burn agriculture, which helped clear land for farming. In southern Africa, they became the first to cultivate crops like maize and sugar cane. Bantu agricultural practices were instrumental in transforming the African landscape, turning previously wild regions into productive farmland. Their techniques became the foundation for many of the agricultural systems we see in Africa today. Cultural practices and rituals. The Bantu had a rich culture full of spiritual beliefs, dances, music, and oral traditions. Rituals often centered around farming cycles, ancestor worship, and community celebrations. Mask dances and music played a role in religious ceremonies and rites of passage. The Bantu's cultural practices left a lasting imprint on the arts in many African societies. Their music, dances, and ceremonies are still an essential part of African cultural identity. The tradition of oral storytelling also helped preserve their history and traditions. Ironworking and craftsmanship. The Bantu people were highly skilled in metallurgy. Their blacksmiths created tools, weapons, and artistic pieces from iron. Ironworking became a vital part of their economy and trade, helping them to dominate the agricultural and military landscapes of sub-Saharan Africa. The Bantu ironworking techniques influenced neighboring cultures, spreading to regions far beyond their original homeland. Iron tools revolutionized agriculture and trade, leading to the creation of some of Africa's most powerful kingdoms. Bantu spirituality and religion. The Bantu people practiced a variety of spiritual beliefs, most of which centered around the worship of ancestors, nature spirits, and gods associated with the earth, rain, and fertility. These beliefs were deeply rooted in their daily life and helped reinforce social unity. Bantu spirituality was a cornerstone of their cultural identity, influencing everything from governance to farming practices. Even today, many African communities continue to observe these traditions. Traditional clothing and art. Traditional Bantu clothing often included garments made from bark, animal skins, or woven plant fibers. Beads and shells were used for decoration, and the Bantu had a rich tradition of crafting pottery, woven baskets, and carved wooden sculptures. The Bantu's art and fashion reflect their deep connection to the natural world and their ability to adapt to different environments. These artistic expressions also served as cultural symbols that were passed down through generations. The journey begins, the first Bantu migration. 2000 BCE, 1500 BCE. Over 4,000 years ago, deep in the heart of what is now Cameroon and Nigeria, a people set forth on a journey that would reshape Africa. The Bantu, masters of iron and agriculture, moved in search of fertile lands, leaving behind their ancestral homeland. The first major settlement, the Great Lakes region, 1000 BCE, 500 CE. After centuries of movement, the Bantu reached the Great Lakes region of East Africa. Here, they found rich soils, abundant water, and a perfect place to settle. But they brought more than just their skills, they carried a revolution. The agricultural revolution, the introduction of new crops, 1000 BCE, 500 CE. With iron tools, agriculture flourished. They cultivated yams, sorghum, and millet, ensuring food security for growing communities. But one crop changed everything. Bananas, introduced through trade, became a staple in their diet, boosting population growth and settlement expansion. Social organization and governance, the birth of clans and kingdoms, 500 CE, 1200 CE. As their numbers grew, the Bantu needed structure. They formed strong kinship-based clans, with elders and chiefs leading communities. Over time, these villages united into powerful kingdoms, each ruled by warrior kings and wise elders. The expansion into southern Africa, meeting the San and Khoisan peoples, 500 CE, 1300 CE. Their journey did not stop. The Bantu pushed further south, meeting the indigenous San and Khoisan peoples. Trade and cultural exchange flourished, iron for hunting techniques, music for language. The fusion of cultures shaped the African identity forever. The rise of great Bantu kingdoms, 1200 CE, 1600 CE. From scattered settlements, great civilizations emerged. The Kingdom of Congo, a hub of trade and wealth. Great Zimbabwe, a testament to architectural genius. And later, the mighty Zulu kingdom, feared across the land for its military prowess. The Bantu were not just settlers, they were nation builders. The Bantu legacy, a culture that lives on, 1600 CE, today. Today, over 400 million people across Africa speak Bantu languages, from Swahili to Zulu. Their traditions live on in music, dance, governance, and craftsmanship. The Bantu migration was not just a moment in history, it was the heartbeat of Africa's story. The journey continues. The journey of the Bantu people did not end. It continues in every word spoken, every tradition upheld, and every story told. Africa stands strong today because of them. This is not just history, this is who we are. The journey of the Bantu people did not end. It continues in every word spoken, every tradition upheld, and every story told. Africa stands strong today because of them. This is not just history, this is who we are. Near the Great Lakes, the Bantu people planted their roots. They tamed the land, built villages, and changed the face of Africa forever. The Bantu were Africa's first blacksmiths. Their mastery of iron made farming easier, weapons stronger, and trade more powerful. When the Bantu met the indigenous San and Khoisan, two worlds collided. Some fought, some traded, but in the end, their cultures shaped each other. The Bantu migration was not just history, it is the heartbeat of Africa. Their journey still lives in the languages we speak, the food we eat, and the stories we tell. Today, over 500 Bantu languages and cultural elements still thrive across African communities. This enduring legacy reminds us of the strength and adaptability of the Bantu people, whose origins and journey continue to captivate historians and history enthusiasts alike. The story of the Bantu is the story of Africa itself, a tale of resilience, culture, and unity that echoes through time. Unlock the extraordinary history of the Bantu people. Subscribe and share your thoughts. Let's explore more about this cornerstone of African history together. The Bantu story is not just history, it is alive today. Share this story, celebrate the culture, and keep the legacy alive. We are the past. We are the present. We are the Bantu. If you've been inspired by the incredible journey of the Bantu people, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. What part of this history fascinated you the most? Let's keep the conversation alive. Imagine this: thousands of years ago, a group of people, skilled in farming and ironworking, left their homeland to explore the unknown. But why did they leave? What forces pushed them forward? Why do you think ancient people migrated? A. Search for food. B. Climate change. C. Conflict. D. Curiosity. What part of their journey inspired you the most? The origins of the Bantu languages. Africa, the cradle of humanity, is home to one of the most widespread and influential language families, the Bantu languages. But where did these languages originate, and how did they spread? Join us as we unravel the journey of the Bantu-speaking peoples. The Bantu languages, spoken by over 300 million people today, trace their origins to an ancient movement of people that reshaped Africa's linguistic and cultural landscape. But where did they come from? And how did they spread so far? Birthplace of the Bantu languages. Linguists and historians trace the origins of the Bantu languages to the grasslands and forests of West-Central Africa, near the borders of modern-day Cameroon and Nigeria. The story of the Bantu languages is the story of Africa itself, a tale of migration, adaptation, and resilience. The words spoken today echo the voices of ancient ancestors, keeping their legacy alive, the cradle of Bantu languages. Scholars believe the Bantu languages originated around 4,000 years ago in the region that is now Cameroon and Nigeria. These early Bantu speakers were skilled farmers, potters, and metalworkers, shaping the foundations of their growing societies. The Great Migration. Fueled by population growth and the search for fertile lands, Bantu-speaking groups began one of the most significant migrations in human history. Over thousands of years, they spread across the continent, bringing their language, culture, and technologies with them. Cultural exchange and influence. As they traveled, Bantu-speaking people encountered indigenous communities, leading to cultural exchanges that shaped new dialects and traditions. Their knowledge of iron tools, farming, and governance systems left a lasting impact on Africa's diverse societies. Modern Bantu languages. Today, Bantu languages are spoken from Cameroon to South Africa, including Swahili, Zulu, and Kikuyu. They continue to evolve, connecting millions through a shared linguistic heritage. The journey of the Bantu languages is a testament to Africa's rich history and resilience. Their story lives on in the words we speak, the traditions we uphold, and the unity of a diverse yet connected people. The Bantu legacy. From the rainforests of Central Africa to the vast grasslands of the south, the Bantu languages have shaped the voices of an entire continent. But how did this vast linguistic family emerge? And what forces set millions of Bantu speakers on the move thousands of years ago? Linguists and historians trace the origins of Bantu languages to around 4,000 years ago, in what is now Cameroon and southeastern Nigeria. Here, early Bantu speakers cultivated crops like millet and yams, developed ironworking, and lived in tightly knit communities. The Great Bantu Migration, the journey begins. Why did they leave? Some say climate change dried up their farmlands. Others point to population growth, new technologies, or conflicts pushing them outward. Whatever the reason, the Bantu people embarked on one of the largest migrations in human history, one that would transform Africa forever. Encountering new lands and peoples. As they moved, the Bantu met indigenous hunter-gatherer communities like the San in southern Africa and the Batwa in the Great Lakes region. Some encounters led to peaceful exchanges, others, to conflicts. Over time, they absorbed new words, traditions, and even genetic influences. Innovation and expansion, the power of iron and agriculture. Wherever they settled, the Bantu brought powerful innovations, iron tools that revolutionized farming, allowing them to clear forests and plant on a larger scale. New settlements thrived, kingdoms rose, and trade flourished. The rise of Bantu kingdoms and cultures. Over time, powerful Bantu-speaking civilizations emerged, the Kongo Kingdom in Central Africa, the Great Zimbabwe Empire in the south, and later, the Zulu Empire. Their languages diversified, evolving into distinct dialects that remain spoken today. The Bantu languages today. Today, Bantu languages are spoken by over 300 million people across Africa, forming a bridge between ancient traditions and modern life. Swahili, one of the most widely spoken Bantu languages, has even become a global trade and diplomatic language. The enduring legacy of the Bantu. The journey of the Bantu languages is not just about words, it is about people, cultures, and the unbreakable threads of heritage. Their story continues to be written, in every greeting spoken, every proverb shared, and every song sung. How much of the Bantu story is in your own history? Share this journey and keep the legacy alive. The Bantu people today, a living legacy. The modern Bantu world. From the skyscrapers of Nairobi to the fishing villages of the Congo, the Bantu people continue to shape Africa's heartbeat. With over 300 million speakers, the Bantu languages connect people across cultures, traditions, and innovations. But what does it mean to be Bantu today? The urban Bantu thriving in cities. Today, many Bantu people are at the forefront of Africa's urban transformation. In cities like Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, Johannesburg, and Kinshasa, Bantu-speaking professionals are leading in technology, politics, business, and entertainment. The rural Bantu keeping traditions alive. But beyond the cities, many Bantu communities continue age-old traditions, farming, fishing, and storytelling, passing wisdom from generation to generation. Their connection to the land is not just about survival, but about preserving identity. Bantu language is the thread that binds. Language is the heartbeat of culture. The Bantu languages, from Swahili to Zulu, Kikuyu to Luganda, unite millions of people across Africa. Swahili, in particular, has become a bridge language, used in diplomacy, education, and even global trade. Bantu music, art, and dance, the soul of a people. The sound of the Bantu people is heard in music that moves the world. From traditional drumming in Congo to the global success of Afrobeats and Amapiano, Bantu rhythms have shaped the soundtrack of Africa and beyond. Bantu innovations and entrepreneurship. The Bantu spirit is one of resilience and innovation. From tech startups to sustainable farming, Bantu entrepreneurs are creating solutions that drive Africa forward. Today, young minds are blending tradition with modern technology to shape a brighter future. Challenges and strength of the Bantu people. Like all societies, the Bantu people face challenges: climate change, urbanization, and political struggles. But in these challenges, they find strength. Across Africa, Bantu-speaking communities are leading movements for education, sustainability, and equality. The future of the Bantu people. The story of the Bantu is still being written. A story of unity, innovation, and resilience. A story that connects the past to the future. Wherever they are in the world, the Bantu people carry their heritage with pride, because the future is Bantu. The legacy of the modern-day Bantu. What if history wasn't just something you studied, but something alive, breathing in the cultures around us? The Bantu story, rich and enduring, is proof of history's power to shape the present. Let's explore how this ancient heritage continues to inspire and thrive in modern-day Africa. From the migration of their ancestors across Central and Southern Africa to their profound linguistic influence, the Bantu legacy isn't confined to the past. Over 500 languages root their origins in Bantu traditions, resonating in vibrant songs, age-old wisdom, and art that echoes across generations. Bantu identity remains a beacon of resilience and innovation. It's seen in thriving agriculture, close-knit community structures, and philosophy like Ubuntu, the spirit of humanity and unity. Even as the world evolves, the Bantu people balance heritage and progress with grace, carrying forward lessons woven through history. The Bantu story is far from over, it's alive in the languages, traditions, and perseverance of millions today. Dive deeper, embrace the roots of a living legacy, and let history inspire how we think about culture and unity. Discover and celebrate the remarkable modern-day Bantu world. Share their story and honor their ongoing impact on the cultural fabric of humanity. Let's keep history alive, together. What if the Bantu story is the story of Africa itself? Share it, celebrate it, and be a part of it. Subscribe for more stories. Like, share, and be part of the legacy. The Bantu story is far from over. It lives in the rhythm of our drums, the wisdom of our elders, and the dreams of our children. From the past to the future, the Bantu spirit rises, stronger, prouder, unstoppable. Every language spoken, every story told, every step forward, this is the heartbeat of the Bantu people. And this is just the beginning. So, what's next? Where will this journey take us? There's only one way to find out. If you found this journey fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of history and culture.